Yo, people, this is Mike from Edge Note 50 TV talking about boxing. Oh, got a little bit of echo going on there. So, yep, it's back to normal. As you can see my face, man. The video is working again. I am happy. And as you can see that I got my Edge Note 50 banner TV. It's getting more professional up in this beast. You get me? So, we got a lot of stuff we need to talk about today. So we're going to be talking about James Degale versus Chris Eubank Jr. What's going on in the weekend? Who's going to win? And we're going to be talking about AJ versus Miller. That press conference, that push. What was going on there? We're going to be talking about a little bit about Tyson Fury and some new developments in regards to the fight going on. We got a lot we're going to be talking about today. So, hey, Linda Morris, how's it going? Yeah, oh yeah, I got a little bit of stubble. I don't know if you can see it, but look, I'm working on the stubble look. That's what I'm working on. Hey, do you know what? Yeah, so what? Let's get cracking. Let's get cracking. Hey, do you know what? It's been a little bit of a crazy week, yeah? We've had two press conferences. We've had the Degale. Look, we've had like two different spectrums of press conferences in many ways. We've had, starting off the week with AJ versus the Miller, the beginning press conference. And we've got the, what was it, Degale versus Eubank final press conference. So, hey, Romeo Lewis, how's it going? It says background is backwards. Yeah, I know. But, hey, look, my logo is all over, it's plastered everywhere. So, hey, people know what it is. Edge Note 50 TV. But yeah, so it was very interesting. So first off, let's start at the beginning of the week. Yeah, we had Tyson Fury. Well, we're gonna go in order. I'm gonna go talk about the beginning of the week and work my way down. Yeah. So Linda Morris says, really want to know what you think about the push. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go into it because the first thing I'm gonna go into is the press conference. Now, look, I knew that Miller was going to go in hot. I knew that he was going to go in and he was going to try and put on AJ. I did not expect he was going to push AJ. I did not expect that at all. I was surprised in regards to what was happening there. Hey, Hamed92, how's it going? Yeah, I was surprised. I knew he was coming in hot. I saw the video before the press conference. He looked like he was ready. He started cussing Eddie Hearn before the press conference, so I knew he was going to go in hot. When I saw the face-to-face at the beginning, I thought, okay, I thought they were gonna trash talk and say, do a little bit of trash talking like you normally do. But when I saw the push, I was like, oh no, no one's not pushed AJ before. What's AJ gonna do? How is he gonna respond? It's like, is AJ going to break out of character and start flipping? Is he going to start throwing tables? Is this going to be WWE, but real life? There was lots of things going around in my head, and then after the push, he flew backwards. That was a tough push. I'm going to put up a video soon, comparing the pushes, because there's Deontay Wilder pushing Tyson Fury in the first press conference on BBC. Then you got Tyson Fury pushing Deontay Wilder. And now you got Miller pushing AJ. Do you know what? Next week, Monday, they've got a UK press conference. Is AJ going to push Miller in the UK press conference and say, hey, this is my town? And start pushing Miller. This is all interesting. This is like pushes. Yeah, so Linda, yeah, AJ walked right into his face. AJ jumped off the stage at a heckler. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Soon after he done the push, AJ was like, all right. So okay. And then he walked forward, calm, and he was like, come, do this face to face. Come and do normally. So there's two ways you can look at it. Some people are going to look at it and say, whoa, Miller is being tough, blah, 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 blah. But then, one thing about AJ is, I thought even though Miller done the push, AJ won that battle. it was a mental battle he played, and he won it because he controlled Miller throughout the whole press conference, and also throughout that initial push there. Because what happened was he pushed him, he went back, and then he went forward, and when he went forward to go back, then Miller went backwards. He stepped back, so it was like, okay, I'm stepping back right now. He doesn't like. That's more like when you're stepping back. That's like, oh, I don't know what AJ's gonna do. Like, what is he gonna try and do? He's gonna try and swing for me. What is he gonna try and do? And then AJ goes, hey, when you're looking at me, take off your glasses. When you're looking at me, take off your glasses. Look at me in my eyes. So then as soon as AJ said that, then he took off his glasses. So EJ was telling him what to do, and Miller was doing it. So if Miller was like real, like, okay, I'm running things, he should not be listening to what AJ's telling him. He should be like, hey, don't tell me to take off my glasses. I do what the hell I want. Do you know what I mean? But AJ was telling him what to do, and he was doing it. So it seems like AJ was controlling that situation at the time as well. Yeah, let's have a look at chat. Linda Morris says, AJ has an image of a gentleman. He looked furious though, great control. Miller made AJ look like a punk. Yeah, and Linda Morris says, don't kick me out. Don't kick you out of what? Confused. I'm confused about the last one. But yeah, it says, was it Miller made AJ look like a punk. Do you know what? Like, I disagree with that because you know, like if AJ went after the pushback, walked away and walked back, then you know, like I think that yeah, it made AJ look like a punk. But to be honest with you, AJ was out of character in that. You know, we've never seen AJ react the way he's reacted before. In regards to press conferences, AJ is normally calm, cool, collected. Even with Dillian Whyte, Dillian Whyte has been involved in some scuffles in his press conferences, and when Dillian Whyte tried to put it on him in this fight, he was calm, collected. He didn't bite, he didn't really swear or anything like that. So he was very collected in the press conferences. But this one, in this press conference, he was completely different. He was swearing, saying, you're my bitch, blah, 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 blah. You know, he started talking about mums as well. I was shocked. When he started talking about mums, it's like, your mum. He's like, Miller went, your mum. And he said, what? Your mum? Your mum's paying rent. I'm going to make, you know what I mean? Like, your mum's paying rent. I was like, what the hell's going on, AJ? What the hell? I was thinking Eddie Hearn is probably thinking, oh my God, all the sponsorships are going to go. The sponsorships, the Under Armour, all the JD Sports, they're gonna desert him now because he's swearing, he's breaking out of character. You know, even on the DAZN interview, he's saying, I want to murder him. I was like, God damn it, what's going on? What is going on? Like, that was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, let's have a look. Linda Morris, yeah, so it's for not agreeing that AJ won. Dillian shows real emotion. AJ surprised me. Yeah, because hilarious. Yeah, man, it was funny. AJ had some good one-liners, good quips, good, you know, it was cracking jokes. And, you know, I was thinking also as well, like, you know, when he started, like, one thing that surprised me about, like, Miller, what Miller did, that didn't surprise me. Because at the DAZN press conference last year, he came in and he came straight at AJ. So I knew that he's that kind of character. And I seen him like have arguments with Deontay Wilder, and he goes there with his word. So with AJ, I wasn't surprised he was gonna go do that same route. But AJ kind of went and bit right back. He said, "You're talking about my mum. I'm gonna talk about your mum." You know, so it was like tit for tat, and he was going in. Also as well, like when Miller was talking about his journey, his struggle, coming up, you know, from sleeping on the streets, that kind of thing, you know, when he's talking about that, AJ wasn't having none of it. AJ was like clapping. It's like, yeah, sing, get the violins out. I was like, man, AJ is going savage. Like, what is going on? Like, you know, yeah. So, like, I put on my Facebook. I put on my Facebook before. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, I didn't do this. Yeah, if you're watching this for the first time, hit that like button. If you're watching this channel for the first time, hit that subscribe button. I'm on 278 right now. I need to try and get to 1,000. Yeah, so come on, everybody, share this show, share it on your platforms and ever, so I can get to that 1,000. Thanks for everybody's listening so far. Hit that like button, people. Yeah. And also as well, follow my social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on all of that, and I got all the news on there as well. So, yeah. So, the thing is about AJ, back to AJ Miller press conference, yeah? Now the question I put on to people is, now, and Linda Morris, you're in the chat, so you could probably see what you like. Do you prefer this AJ that you saw in the press conference? Or do you prefer the old AJ? Do you prefer the old, nice, well-mannered, speaking AJ? So put your comments in the chat, what you prefer. If you prefer the old, the savage AJ, the AJ that's like, you bitch, that AJ, or do you prefer the, yes, sir, 2 bags full, sir. Thank you very much, madam and mademoiselle. Yeah, that kind of AJ. So what AJ do you guys prefer? Me? I prefer this AJ. I prefer the savage AJ. That's more my personality. If I was in there, Miller was talking to me like that, I'd be like, hey, you know, I'm not taking none of that stuff. You push me, I'll push you back. I'll throw you over it. I'll throw the table. I'll do a Chisora and throw the table at him. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I like that. I like the fighting. I like the trash talking. I like that kind of thing. It just brings excitement, entertainment, and to be honest with you, when this fight was announced, like, I wasn't really properly excited because I just knew that AJ's gonna beat this guy up. Let's keep it real. But after seeing the press conference, it got me more hyped. I was hyped. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I saw it and I was like, yes, it's gonna be more hype. I'm more interested and more invested in it now than I was before. So the press conference did its job in getting people interested. So that's why I think what happened in regards to the press conference. Yeah, so let's have a look. Linda Morris, I like this AJ. He's a real person. He's a real person now. Yeah, he's like Pinocchio. He's a real boy now. He's a real boy now. Yeah, so, yeah, look. So I think this is more like the real AJ. Like, I think this is the real AJ. Are we going to see this more? The question is, are we going to see this type of AJ? Now, I don't know. Speaking about the press conference, there's the DAZN one and the Sky Sports one. The Sky Sports one was beeping the hell out of everything. It censored everything. We couldn't hear. If you was watching it on Sky, you couldn't listen to anything. No swearing, no nothing. And on DAZN, I think you could hear everything on DAZN. The reason being is that the UK media is a little bit sensitive to bad language. So any sort of bad language, even though technically it may not be bad in people's point of view, they just take it away. They just mute and mute and mute. So I was watching it on Sky, and it was pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. It muted large points. So effectively, I was watching the whole show on Sky, and it muted loads of points, and then I had to watch it again on a different platform just to hear them talking. It is like 30-40 minutes of my life I'm not going to get back, wasting time watching the Sky interview. So the question is, when they do the UK press conference, are we going to see a different kind of press conference? Is Miller going to be told by Eddie Hearn, look, you're in the UK now, we can't do that pushing and shoving stuff. You have to be a little bit more nice and more prim and proper. Yeah? And AJ, don't do that gangster stuff. Like, that ain't gonna work in the UK. The Queen's watching this, so you can't allow the Queen to watch this kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, or is it gonna be back to how it was in the first press conference? So that's gonna be very interesting. But whatever happens, I'm not watching it on Sky because I can't afford to risk me missing out large parts and them censoring large parts of the press conference. So, yeah. Yeah, so let's say like Linda Morris, I didn't see the Sky interview. I think the fight will sell out. Miller doesn't listen to Hearn. Yeah, you're right. No, look. I think the fight will sell out. I mean, the fight is on the 1st of June. So when you think about it, it's February now, and you've got March, April, May, June. So that's literally about just over 3 months to sell the stadium out. And according to Eddie Hearn, they've already sold out 10,000 tickets. So that's like 50% of the tickets being sold already. And this is the first week that they've officially sold the tickets. So I think it will sell out. So yeah, so I think overall, I think they'll do well, even if it doesn't sell out. Let's say they do 15,000, they don't sell out, I don't know, 12,000 or 14,000. I still think that's good, considering that this is AJ's debut in the USA. He's hardly known. People call him Anthony Johnson. I saw the Sway interview where Sway was struggling to mention certain things. Sway was like, Dezal? Dezo? And Eddie Hearn had to say DAZN. He's like, Deza? He's like, no, DAZN. And he's like, what? DAZN? And it's like, I swear, like, Sway was making me laugh. I swear, like, that dude was just like butchering DAZN. He was butchering that name. Like, I swear, that's what. There's one thing that I learned from that is that DAZN need to do a little bit more promotion to get their name out there, because you can't have people like Sway like butchering that name. Like DAZN, DAZN, DeBone, DeCone, so yeah, like, I think, it's gonna sell out. I think it will do well. And so far AJ has done the media rounds. They have got he's done radio shows, Breakfast Club. I'm gonna post links to that on my social media. So straight after this, I'm gonna post links onto that. And he was doing Sway. And people that haven't seen it, go to Sway. He was on there earlier on, and he was doing a rap as well. We done a freestyle. He was doing a freestyle rap, and to be honest with you, it was good. It was a freestyle rap. It wasn't the what does he call it, the doom that they do, but it was still good all the same. And I think Deontay Wilder was on there. I don't know if Deontay Wilder did a rap, but yeah, I mean, look, let's have a look at the chat. Yeah, Romel says that was funny. Romel says Sway didn't care, and he says freestyle was alright, and it goes 5 fingers of death. Yeah, look, I mean, the rap, AJ's rap was all right. We have to remember, this guy, his job is a boxer. He ain't a rapper. So for a boxer to be rapping is good. Like, it's definitely, he'll do definitely better than Danny Garcia. I heard Danny Garcia's track at the Sean Porter press conference. He was playing his track, and to be honest with you, it was weak. He should, like, Danny Garcia should stick to his Scarface impression. That's what he should stick to, because he's really good at that. Scarface impressions. So, and I think he tries to do Santino Santana as well. So Linda Morris says media needs to show equal love to Miller. So I agree with you. I agree, because what made Wilder Fury big was that Wilder did all the media rounds, and also Tyson Fury did all the media rounds as well. So, and that made both of those fighters interesting to people. And for people to invest in the fight, you need to not only invest in Joshua, but invest in Miller. So, look, the fight is 3 months away. So what could be happening is that AJ's doing the media rounds now, and then later on down the line, more closer to the fight, then you might see Miller doing those kinds of interviews down the line to try and help promote the fight. So don't be surprised if you see Miller doing media rounds down the line. And also as well, there's lots of behind the scenes promotional work that they're doing at the moment, which they're going to do all in bunches right now this week, which will be coming out as the time goes on. So they'll be doing, what do you call it? The gloves are off. I don't know what they call it in the States, but in the UK it's called the gloves are off, where they sit on the table and they have it out on in the table one-on-one. So they were filming that as well. Rumors were saying that Miller walked out of that after 10 minutes. So it looked like it kicks off in that. I'm looking forward to seeing that when that happens. Let's have a look. Yeah, Ramel Lewis says Shook One's beats make anyone sound good. Well, hey man, hey, look, I don't know about that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know about that. Yes, it. Linda Morris says, hope so. Fight needs promotion. Definitely. The Zone needs promotion. The Zone needs promotion as well. Like, they've got two big fights. They've got Miller Joshua and they've got Canelo and Jacobs. They need to start pushing it more. The first thing they need to do is they need to start saying The Zone. Everybody repeat after me. The Zone. Like, Sway just butchered it. He just butchered that name big time. Like, when I heard it, my ears was bleeding with that. So, yeah. So yes, the fight will definitely get promotion. And it will definitely needs to be promoted. And I think that it will do well. When you're considering, I'm not here to promote The Zone, but come on, but we live in the UK. We're paying lots of money for Sky, and you're getting boxing for $10.99, which is very cheap. So I don't know how it navigates. Linda, I don't know how it navigates, but yeah, like $10.99. I'd rather pay $10.99. It's difficult to navigate and find it in the end, rather than paying like £40 or £50 that we're paying on Sky, plus pay-per-view on top to be watching the boxing. You know, so I just prefer that overall. But yeah, just summarizing on the press conference. The press conference was good. It was entertaining. I liked it. It was fun. And they gave us our money's worth, and it was worth watching. And I found it very entertaining, and I liked it. So that's overall the press conference. And I'm looking forward to Monday. The press conference is on Monday. I'm gonna do a show on Monday, and I'm gonna talk about that one as well. Why? Because I like to talk about it. So now let's go and talk about the other heavyweight that's been making big news this week. Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. Now, if you guys been living, all you boxing fans has been living under a rock, you probably seen that Tyson Fury has signed a very lucrative deal with ESPN to fight 2 times a year on ESPN in the US. So, and also he's joined with Top Rank with Bob Arum. But I won't go into full details, but effectively he's getting the bag to be fighting in the States. So people in the UK, we're not going to see him again for a while. Now, what's interesting about, I spoke about this in my last show, so I won't go into too much details about it. But what I'm going to talk about, the rumors were saying that he's getting $80 million over the course of 5 fights. However, Bob Arum has rectified that, and he said that it's 80 million depending on who he fights. So he's not going to get 80 million for fighting 5 bums. It's 80 million depending on who he fights. And actually, it could be up to $100 million if all goes well and he fights the fighters that he needs to fight. He could get up to over $100 million. That's a lot of money. One thing I want to say about that is, where's my cut? I want my 2% because I'm promoting this fight right now on this chat, and I need my 2% of that 100 million. That's all I got to say about that. So the fact is that, and also what's interesting about this at the moment is, when we initially heard the news, I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking this Wilder and Fury is dead. This fight is not happening at all. You know, let's have a look. Let's do the chat. John Black Johnny, Wagwan Edge. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, right now, as you probably, if you're just joining on, we're talking about Tyson Fury's new deal with ESPN, and we're going to be talking about what that means for the heavyweight division and also Deontay Wilder as well. So, back to what I was saying, yeah? Now, Tyson Fury is... Now, what Tyson Fury, now he's got a great deal, yeah? It's a great deal, and you can't blame him for taking this offer. If someone offered me $80 million to $100 million, I'm taking it. You know, so he's silly not to take it. He's thinking about himself. in regards to what's best for Tyson Fury. He's in the business of Tyson Fury, and he's doing a Tyson Fury business move. So you can't blame him for doing that. It's business at the end of the day. He needs to get paid, and now he's getting paid. So, but in regards to the fans, the boxing fans like us, who we're not getting that money. We don't care how much he's getting paid. We just want to see the big fights happen. It's bad news for us, the fans, because when you're on a different network, it just means there's another roadblock to the fight being made. So now you're getting a situation now where you'll get the three of the biggest heavyweights out there right now all fighting on different networks. So not only you have to negotiate the fights, you have to negotiate with the different networks as well to try and make it happen. So that was my initial thoughts going into it once I heard the news. However, some interesting developments has come out since that announcement was made. The first one is, number one, is that Deontay Wilder said in a recent interview with the Boxing Voice, if you guys haven't heard of it, it's a very good show. He said that Deontay Wilder said was, you know, I'm not with any network. So effectively, I can go wherever they're paying me. So that is big news because effectively, he's a free agent in effect, and he can go on any network. I knew he was a free agent, but him, because what makes this different than before is, I knew he was a free agent, but he was saying, oh, I'm loyal to Showtime, and Showtime is loyal to, and I'm sure Showtime's loyal to me, so I'm staying with Showtime, based on loyalty. The same way that Dillian Whyte is staying with Sky, even though he's not contracted, he's just staying out of loyalty on a fight-by-fight basis. But now he's come out publicly saying, no, I'm a free agent. I'm free to go wherever the money is. So he's changed his tune. So, yeah, so let's have a look at the chat. Yeah, so Linda Morris says he went through hell and fought his way back. Nothing but West wishes for Fury. Yeah, exactly. You know, he's worked his way and earned it based on what he's done in the ring. I haven't got no issues with that. John Black says, I ain't mad at Fury. He secured his family's future, but the rematch is off. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a second. Linda Morris says, I thought he was with Showtime. He is with Showtime, but like in a Showtime he's not contracted with Showtime. It's a fight-by-fight basis, and it's due to a loyalty in that sense. He's managed with Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel, but Shelly Finkel is not a promotional company due to the Ali Act. So he's not with any promotional company. So he can sign to another promotional company and fight on another network because he's not contracted with any network, and he's not contracted with any promotional company. You know, so the only thing he has got, which is contracted with his management team, which is Al Heyman, and Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel. But so that's the difference. I don't want to go too much detail on the contract, but basically, Deontay Wilder is a free agent and he's free to fight. He's free to fight, you know, on any network. So basically, that's what he's saying. So as soon as that news came out, then the following day, Bob Arum came on ESPN and said publicly, we have sent an offer, a tremendous offer to Deontay Wilder to fight Tyson Fury on ESPN. We're sending Wilder the bag to fight on ESPN. So this is where it gets interesting now. If I'm Deontay Wilder, I have to think, think of it from Deontay Wilder's position. Let's look at it logically, from a business standpoint, yeah? You got two of your competition, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, fighting in the States. Anthony Joshua is getting over 30 million plus to fight in the States. Tyson Fury is getting an $80 million contract to fight in the States. Wilder, he's on a fight-by-fight basis, and he ain't got no guaranteed money. One fight, he can fight Tyson Fury and earn maybe 14 million. but then he can go and fight Dominic Brazil and earn 2.5 million. So effectively, let's look at it like this. Tyson Fury can fight Pulev and get $16 million. AJ's fighting Gerald Miller and getting 30. So Wilder's probably looking at the situation thinking, wait a minute, these guys are making their debuts. I've been fighting in the US for how long, building my profile, and they're getting more money than me? Nah, I ain't having that. I'm gonna sell myself out there and see who's gonna pay me the bag. So Wilder should be thinking exactly what Fury and AJ's doing, and he should be listening very, very closely to the offer. Bob Arum, how much are you gonna pay me? I'm the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. I nearly knocked out Tyson Fury. I took him to hell and he came back in the 12th round. How much are you going to pay me? If you're paying Tyson Fury 80 million, I want 120 million. So the interesting point is, yeah, Linda Morris, how big is the bag? That's the question. How big? Bob Arum said he sent a tremendous offer to Deontay Wilder. How big is that tremendous offer? That's something that I want to find out too. And I'm sure that we will find out in the coming weeks whether this fight is going to happen or not. If I'm Deontay Wilder and you're getting the same offer as Tyson Fury, you need to be accepting that offer. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you get in an $80 million offer or more, the same as what Tyson Fury is getting, and you turn it down, and then you go and fight Dominic Brazil, man, I ain't never, ever gonna watch you fights again. I'm telling you that now. Yeah? So you better open your ears and listen to offers. I want you to get some money, Wilder. Listen to me. I want you to get some money and get the bag, and that's what I want you to do. Yeah? So listen to all the networks. Listen to the Zone. I know you don't like Eddie Hearn, but listen to the Zone. Offer the money. Listen to the money. Yeah? Listen to ESPN. Listen about the money. Listen about it. And just listen. Yeah? And that's all you need to do. So we'll find out in the coming weeks whether he will accept the offer or not. But what I'm expecting is that if it's a large offer, then this fight could happen. There's one stumbling block. There's one big, massive stumbling block in this fight happening. And I'm going to give you two words. That's going to be a stumbling block. Al Heyman. Yeah, because he's an advisor for Deontay Wilder. And Al Heyman is known for not wanting to let his big fighters fight on other platforms. So this is going to be a test. And let's remember this. Bob Arum and Al Heyman, they are not friends. They do not like each other at all. And Bob Arum sued him a few years ago because he was accusing Al Heyman of trying to stop Bob Arum having fights in certain stadiums. So they've got a long history and they have beef. Yeah. So the question is that is Al Heyman going to allow Deontay Wilder fighting on another platform? And also, you have to look at it like this. Espinosa, the head of Showtime, he's going to be ripping this hair out as well. Because if you're Espinosa, the Showtime executive, you're going to be pissed off. You're going to be like, wait a minute. I spent all this money investing in you, boosting your profile, putting you on pay-per-view, trying to make you into a pay-per-view star. Made the fight with Tyson Fury happen. And now that you're big and you're well known in the States, you're going to come out publicly and say you're a free agent. You're going to go to ESPN. F the hell off, motherfucker. Do you know what I mean? Like, anyway, I shouldn't really be swearing because YouTube are very strict on monetizing at the moment. So I'm going to try and not to swear too much because I don't want this channel getting shut down. But you guys get the gist of what I'm trying to say. So that's the only stumbling block that can happen that can stop this fight from being made. So we're going to see in the next few weeks what's going to happen. There's speculation happening right now saying that this fight with Wilder and Fury is not going to get made, and that Wilder's going to fight Brazil. I always said that that fight was more likely to going to happen. I said it like last year after the fight happened that Wilder is going to fight Brazil. I said it back then in December time. Watch back my shows and you can see that I said he was going to fight Brazil next. It looked like it may not have been, but after this development, I wouldn't be surprised if he fights Brazil next. He's always said it. He's mentioned his name when he didn't need to mention it. You know, he doesn't have to fight Dominic Brazil. He can actually fight Dillian Whyte. If the Fury fight doesn't happen, he can fight Dillian Whyte. That's going to be more money, more prestige. You know, Brazil is like a rubber match. It's like no one care about Brazil. But I think I think if he doesn't fight, if Wilder doesn't happen, if Wilder Fury don't happen, then Wilder's gonna fight Brazil next. That's what I think is gonna happen. Yeah, so let's have a look at the chat. Linda Morris says, hate on Aram, our enemies. Yeah, Heyman, yeah. So sued and lost. Yep. Heyman is famous for looking out for his fighters. Zero pettiness. So if the deal makes sense, okay. Look, I mean, thing is, this is the problem. Al Heyman, this is the problem. It's not just Al Heyman. Is Eddie Hearn? Is Bob Arum? The thing is, like Al Heyman has signed 2 deals with Showtime and Fox. And so the networks has paid Al Heyman money to put on fights on their platform. They're not paying you $60 million each, $120 million a year for you to put your best fighters on another platform. That's not what the money is there for. The money is there to pay the fighters to fight on Fox and to fight on Showtime. That's the situation at the moment. So then you can imagine that Fox is paying Al Heyman $60 million, and then Al Heyman's going back to Fox and saying, yeah, thanks for giving me the $60 million, but Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, they're all going to fight on ESPN. Fox is going to go, well, okay, fine, they can fight on ESPN, but I want my money back, because the whole reason why I'm paying you is because I want those fighters to be on my network. So that's the kind of situation. The same with ESPN, and it's the same with DAZN. That's the reason why when you're signing with a network, it creates that kind of issue. Yeah. You know, so with Crawford, it's going to be very difficult for Crawford and Spence because Crawford is on ESPN. He's not going to let Crawford fight on Showtime and Fox. The networks has to work together to make these fights happen. It's all about the networks. So then how often has networks joined together? You can go back to Lennox Lewis versus Tyson, Mayweather and Pacquiao. That's how little 2 networks has joined together to make a fight happen. It's very rare that these things happen. So it makes it very difficult. But it's interesting because Wilder did say he's a free agent. So we're going to see how serious Wilder is in making this fight happen. So, and I'm sure that through the media, we're going to find out how much the bag is, if it's going to be a lot of money or not. So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing it. In the next few weeks, we're going to find out more. And all the news on Deontay Wilder and Fury is going to be on my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So follow if you're on there already. Yeah. Yeah, so, hey, Unrivaled Boxing and News. Hey, what's it? Send me a link. All right, what second time is it? All right, I'm going to send a link. 1 second, 1 moment, people. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it's all on there. I sent it anyways. So, hey, Night Linda Morris, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the chat. And hey, we're gonna be back on a Monday anyways with our reactions for the Miller Joshua press conference part 2. So remember to join on for that. We'll probably be on at the same time, 10 or 9 o'clock around that time, but I'll post it on my social media when I'm coming back on again. So, hey, who have we got here today? Introduce yourself, stranger.
My name's McGregor, fam. What's up, Edge?
Yeah, what's happening? You're good?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, man. I'm not too bad. I'm in good spirits today anyway. That's the good news. How about
Yeah.
yourself?
Yeah. I'm good, man. Like, lots of boxing to talk about. So we're just talking about it at the moment. So we've been talking about the AJ Miller press conference, the kickoff, the push, talking about, Tyson Fury signing with ESPN and Deontay Wilder, and also talking about the offer that Bob Arum has said that he sent to Wilder yesterday. He said he sent an offer, a tremendous offer to Deontay Wilder and Shelly Finkel about making this fight happen. So, that's what.
Is there a number on that tremendous offer yet? Is there a number on it yet?
No, there's no offer. There's no number yet, but I'm sure that Shelly Finkel likes to talk publicly about how much people are wanting to offer. So I'm sure it's going to come out sooner or later, and we're going to see.
Well,
but if you're going to be
the website
go on.
he normally goes to for anybody interested in the site that normally gets the exclusives with Shelly Finkel is World Boxing News. So scour that shit. That's where Shelly Finkel normally gives us exclusives to. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and also as well that if we're looking at it, we know that it's going to be rumored. Bob Arum did not deny that it was going to be roughly around. He did say in an interview that Tyson Fury could get at the end of this deal up to 100 million if all the fights that happens are made and done throughout the whole of his deal. So if I'm Deontay Wilder and Bob Arum is saying that Tyson Fury could get 100 million, then I'm Deontay Wilder. I'm thinking, well, the bag better be 100 million or I'm not signing, because I'm the heavyweight champion of the world. I'm undefeated and I should be getting at least more than what Tyson Fury's getting. What do you think?
Well, it shouldn't be 100 million or more because that's a 5-fight deal, Edge. He shouldn't be getting that for one fight.
No.
Yeah, if Tyson Fury's Tyson Fury would average 5 fights. It's $100 million. That's what, $20 million a fight. So Wilder should be looking for more than 20 million. And
exactly. So
if he wants to claim to be the A side, then there you go. He needs to ask for more than that, and that would be fair. He is the champion going into this fight. He brings just as much name value as Tyson Fury does at the moment, especially in the States. So asking for a little more than 20 million, yeah, he's the one with the belt.
Yeah, exactly. So so when I was talking about the 80, 100 million, I mean as in the same kind of deal. Wherever the deal Tyson Fury's got, I want the same similar kind of deal to that. So yeah, I think that's what he should be looking at. So I think that now that the offer has been public, I think that now Bob Arum's under pressure to kind of do that kind of offer. And if he's being offered less than what Tyson Fury's got, then Deontay Wilder's got the right to refuse it. He's got the right.
I agree. I can't believe that you're giving Wilder a fair reason to refuse, Edge, but there you go.
Hey, people say I'm biased, but I'm not biased, man. I just call it how I see it, and if Wilder's right, he's right. If he's wrong, he's wrong. So
fair enough.
That's all. That's as simple as that. But no, I think that's where he has the right to turn it down, because that's how I'd look at it. If from a business standpoint, Deontay Wilder's the champion. He can't be having Tyson Fury and AJ taking over the States. That's what they're doing right now. Like AJ is all over the States doing the same media and the same press that Deontay Wilder's doing, and people are turning on AJ in a good way. Now the people are loving AJ. There's loads of comments saying, "Oh, I used to hate AJ."
There's a lot of positive responses.
Yeah, a lot of positive responses about AJ. So AJ's trying to turn the crowd around. That's probably Wilder's probably ripping his hair out, saying, "No, you're supposed to hate him. No." No, but it's not working. So I think that Wilder needs to kind of make a comeback and start stamping his authority in the States and say, look, you might be state coming here, but I'm still running things in the United States right now. I'm the man.
I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, is he really? I mean, he got paid nearly his biggest selling date was against a UK fighter in the US.
Yeah, yeah.
That kind of shows that he's not exactly the man when he needs a UK guy, and not even the number 1 UK guy, the number 2 UK guy to do that.
Yeah, so if Wilder's not the man, why is Wilder not the man, and what is the issue in him not being the guy in right now? What's the issue? What's the
Nobody
problem
knows
with it?
who he is. Nobody knows who he is. He's been promoted terribly through the years, and only in the last couple of years has he become more famous. And everybody who knows who Deontay Wilder is knows who Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are because he promoted himself off their names.
Yeah, do you know what I think? Yeah, I think that the reasons why he's not being promoted as good as what he should do is because Al Heyman is focusing more in the welterweight division classes than he is focusing on the heavyweight division classes. Because there's one thing that you could say about Eddie Hearn. Yeah, people don't like Eddie Hearn, whatever. But one thing he's good at doing is that promoting fighters and making fighters relevant even after losses. Do you know what I mean? Like Dillian White lost to AJ years ago, but now he's one of the biggest pay-per-view draws in the state in the UK, and he's one of the biggest heavyweights in the world right now. Do you know what I mean? Even after that,
I don't know if that's full. I don't know if that's full testament to Eddie Hearn. I mean, in the first fight, no. Listen to me. Let me make my point first. In the very first fight, Dillian White really sold that fight. He sold that. That's the truth. He promoted the shit out of that fight. It was him. And then when he got into the ring, he put up a credible, very good performance against somebody who is deemed the king of England, pretty much in terms of boxing. Do you know what I mean? And then afterwards, he goes out and he takes these tough fights and he wins them.
Yeah.
So you can get behind him. You can believe in him. Eddie Hearn didn't really need to promote him. All he did was give him the platform.
But that's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but you're saying Eddie Hearn's brilliant at promoting these guys. He didn't. Dillian White was someone he just needed to give the platform to. He didn't do anything there, just the platform. That was it. And he said that himself. He said it himself. He hasn't had to promote Dillian White. That doesn't mean he's a great promoter just because Dillian White could promote himself. He's done other things. Like he made Dave Allen a star.
Yeah, but that's the whole point is it's not about promoting, as in promoting is about promoting is about advertising. It's about promoting Dillian White. Like when Dillian White lost to eight, it's like you know, it's like, for example, I'll give you an example. It's like let's compare Al Heyman and Wilder, his path, and let's compare AJ's path. So when Wilder beat someone like what was it, Gerard Washington, he had a good showing against Deontay Wilder. He was winning until he got that knockout. Now he's got the looks. He looked like he had the skills, and the loss to Wilder wasn't going to be the do-or end-all. He could have built him and made him into a bigger name, but instead
there was a difference. He didn't go out. He didn't go out on a shield edge. He just he took a knee and he got counted out. He showed that he had no heart. You can't sell a man with no heart. Dillian White. Literally, you could sell him. He had to be knocked the fuck out to give up, and that's the truth.
Yeah, I mean, he got knocked out, but at the same time, you know, you could.
And Gerald Washington was very boring in that fight. That Dillian White and Anthony Joshua fight, as you well know, people were talking about it for fucking months afterwards. Months. They were still talking about that fight. There's a huge difference. People forgot about Wilder and Washington after a week because it was boring and he went down on a knee.
Okay, let's hold it for a second. Let's go to the chat. Yeah, Lawrence Williams, what's good? Hey, Lawrence. Hey, welcome to the chat.
Salute to Lawrence Williams.
Yeah, salute. Hey, Boxing and Blunts, how's it going? Yeah, so it has cheap airtime, easy to pay 1 million and get 3 hours TV slot filled. Soon as you offer big money, then it costs a bit. Wilder was used too cheaply to have title fights on TV. Yeah, I mean, this was the problem. When PBC first started, the whole mantra of PBC was we're going to move away from pay-per-view. We're going to do things on free network TV and do all that promotion. But the problem is, this is how you build fights, and this is the reasons why when you look at pay-per-views, the biggest pay-per-views. This is how you build a big pay-per-view. You not only have to build the star, you have to build the opponent. You have to make the opponent into a more bigger name for it to be more appealing. You have to make it believable that this opponent that's going to face Deontay Wilder has a chance of winning against Deontay Wilder. Not only that, you have to make him more appealable and more noticeable. So then, for example, I'll give you an example. Luis Ortiz lost to Deontay Wilder. Since then, he's fought bums. He's fought Cojanu, he's fought Kaufman, and now he's fighting Christian Hammer. That's not really going to build Ortiz's profile. Ortiz hasn't fought in a main event since he's lost to Wilder. Do you know what I mean? He needs to fight more in a main event or more in a higher opponent and then boost his profile. So if you're going to fight Ortiz again, it will be a bigger fight than the last fight. Do you know what I mean? So that's the main difference. And let's have a look at what a Boxing Monk says. It's 30 years. Matchroom has had 3 fighters from turnover to world champion. That's poor. Yeah, look, I mean, Matchroom is a UK platform. So the US has got a better pool of more talented fighters. And that's just a fact. The US has better fighters. They have got more talented fighters, more. So the promoters in the US is going to have more opportunities to have world champions because they just have a better talent pool. The USA is a 360 million country and UK 60. The fact that the UK at one point had more world champions than the States was testament to the UK and what the UK was able to do. Do you know what I mean? But all in all, really in reality, the USA should have more world champions than us, which they do now, because they just have a better talent pool than what we have. Do you know what I mean? So it's very, like, even now with Matchroom, like, how many world champions do they have in Matchroom right now? Charlie Edwards, Anthony Joshua. I mean, how many UK champions, world champions do they have now? They don't. They don't have. I think they've only got 2. Can you name another one? UK
Callum Smith.
World champion. Oh yeah, Callum Smith.
Smith.
Yeah, that's 3. So what else? They don't really have anyone. No one else.
Is this only UK? Is this only UK?
Yeah, UK world champions. They don't have any really. Like, they do have 3, but that's not really. Obviously, there's others on. Let's say on BT with Frank Warren. I'm talking about Matchroom. So, you know, and
you're talking about Matchroom, yeah. So, yeah. Like, so do they have any at super welterweight? No. Welterweight, no.
Yeah, so
40, no.
So the talent pool was not really there, and even if you look at the ones coming up, I mean, you got Joshua Buatsi, the talent, but he's only what? He's only 8, 9 fights in. I mean, you know, he's not going to be fighting for what? He's not going to do the Anthony Joshua route, start winning belts at 12 fights or whatever. He's not a Lomachenko. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to take a while before you get like a big talent pool of UK champions.
Edge no fam. I have a bone to pick with you, bro.
Who, me?
Why does AA have a moderator link and I don't?
Oh yeah, do you know what? Because you haven't really talked in the chat. You haven't really entered the chat. This is the first time you actually entered the chat. So yeah, because normally you're on. So I'll put you on. I'll give you a wrench. Yeah, so you got a wrench now. But because it's first, normally you're in the chat. So people, if you're on the chat, then I'll give you a wrench.
Yeah.
Should be on now. Yeah. But let's have a look. Lawrence Williams.
Yafai. Cal Yafai.
Oh, Cal Yafai. Oh yeah, he is a world champion, isn't he? yeah.
I forget that.
Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, yeah, I forgot about that guy.
Just to piss AA Boxing and Blunts off.
Yeah.
They have a future world champion in Kid Galahad because obviously he's going to beat Josh Warrington.
So what?
You see, that's going to piss AA off because he lives in Leeds, mate.
Hey, no, that's not going to be a good fight. I think that's going to be a good fight, interesting fight. You know, I like Kid Galahad. I like Josh Warrington as well. He really impressed me against Carl Frampton. So I think I'll be looking forward to that fight when it finally is all sorted and dates and venues and all that. Let's have a look. Lawrence Williams says Edge note are related to Herbie Hyde. You favor him a little bit. Herbie Hyde? No, I mean talking about. I don't understand that the Herbie Hyde part.
There is something Lawrence said in the chat. And if he would be willing to come on, I'd love to debate him on it because I know Lawrence quite well. He knows me quite well. And
Okay. I
he
don't
brought
know.
up Eddie made Audley Harrison relevant to get a fight with David Hay after several of his losses, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'd love if Lawrence would be willing to come on and debate me on that topic because I think that's very far fetched and I don't agree with it at all.
Okay, okay. Well, what we're gonna do is, if you want to do like a debate kind of debate show, what I can do is I can do that one on Sunday. I could do that on Sunday, and then I'll do a debate show. And if Lawrence wants to, we can chat to him and see, and then we could do a Sunday special, a debate on that, and we can talk about other
Yeah,
stuff as well about Matchroom and promoting and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see if he's
most
interested in that.
definitely.
We'll see if he's
If he's
interested in that.
interested.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, you have to give him the bag. Do a little Bob Arum. We'll give you the bag. Lawrence Williams versus McGregor boxing. Let's see what happens. Let's have a look. He goes, in those, haha, Lawrence, coincidence, but Herbie was one of the three fighters. Lawrence Williams salutes. Lawrence Williams says, Bo said that Hyde was the hardest puncher he's ever faced. And Box says, is that your fight? Is that cause your tit? He forgets at times. Kid Barry G is coming to the league. We will let him
Will we let him?
You'll let him leave.
Jesus.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, whatever he has the belt, are you gonna let him leave? He has the belt.
That'd be dangerous, man. Getting out of Leeds will be fucking difficult if he beats fucking Warrington.
Yeah,
That'll be
exactly.
some dangerous times.
Exactly. If he gets the belt, it's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be dangerous for sure. Hey, we got a little bit off track here, but yeah, look, we ain't even talked about the Degale and Eubank preview fight for this Saturday. We ain't even talked about that yet.
Can I say one thing? One thing
Yeah.
real quick on that.
Yeah.
Polly Malignaggi was fucking amazing today. Out of everybody there, he was entertaining as shit.
Yeah, and that was the problem, you know, and that's where the problem lies. Like when you're saying the most entertaining person on there was like Paulie Malignaggi, that's when things.
Yeah,
like,
not even Degale's main trainer, his number 2.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, this is where I was saying at the beginning, where you get different spectrums. You've got the Joshua Miller, which was very entertaining, better than what I thought it was going to be, and then you've got the Degale versus Eubank, which was not
Shit.
Yeah, it was not the best press conference. Hey, look, we look. It's all about the fights, not about the press conferences. So what can you say? So it's you know, look, it wasn't a look. Let's not talk about the press conference. I mean, like, okay, Chris Eubank. I don't want to talk about Chris Eubank Senior. I don't want to talk about him. He calls himself English, but this guy is just an idiot. He's just an idiot. What the hell was
I think
that
he's
guy
a genius.
talking about? He's like,
He's a genius.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? You know what? He's very good at what he's very good at promoting. But like, but there's so you can sell shit for so long until like until people realize that you're selling people crap, and that's what he's doing with Chris Eubank Jr. Do you know what I mean? Like, and like you're saying, oh, I'm not sure. I think Chris Eubank might lose. It's like, he's edging his bets because he knows what's going to happen on Saturday night. And let's talk about predictions. I'm keeping it very short and sweet. The girl is going to score Eubank Jr. like no other. It's going to end and I want Eubank's career to end. I want it to end. Like, people in the chat, who's with me? People in the chat, who's with me? I want Eubank Jr.'s career to end after this. I do not want to see Eubank Jr. Like when was it Prince Nassim? Prince Nassim was saying like that he should have retired after the Draws Groves fight. He should have done it then. He should have quit. Like, he has got no business being in boxing no more. He don't have the heart. He don't have the grittiness. He doesn't have it. Like, you know, and that's my rant over. Anyways, what do you think?
I think it'll be a close enough fight because I don't think Degale is as good as he once was. But I said this the other day. I said it'll be Degale by a tight decision win. I think in the early rounds, Degale will have too much for him. Degale will probably take a little bit of time off in the middle rounds, but still just do enough to nick them. And then going into the 9th, 10th, and 11th round, Eubank will have figured them out and he'll be applying pressure. and Degale will be surviving, and Degale will pretty much get to the last round, and he'll win the last round, and he'll nick the fight like he's done quite a few times, and it's just because he's very crafty. He's a veteran, and I don't think he's completely shot, but I think he has just enough left to win this by a close decision.
You know what? I'm very interested in what people think about this, because I've posted a lot of stuff on my social media, and a lot of people are saying that that they're not going to pay for this fight. They're not paying for it. Yeah.
Edge Lawrence sent his email, by the way.
Is he? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fine then. So what I'll do is I'll get his email, and then I'll add him on to the thing, because I can't do it right now because I haven't yes, he's not on my thing list. So I'll send it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll add it on, and then by the next show we can do it. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So thanks. Anyways, thanks Lawrence for the email. Yeah, I'm gonna put you onto the next show. I'm gonna add you on. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So the question is people gonna be? Do you think this is gonna be a successful pay-per-view?
No. Hell no.
So I mean, one thing you can't say, ITV has done a much better job of promoting this pay-per-view than previously. That's one thing I can say. They've promoted this a lot. But there's a lot of people hating on this fight, not saying they're not going to buy this pay-per-view. Do you believe that if there was a little bit more tension between them and they actually had a little scrap, do you think that'll make a difference to pay-per-view buys? Hello? Oh yeah, he's gone. All right. He may come back. But yeah, if you've got the so that's the question. The question is that is someone back on? Is he back on again?
Sorry, man.
Oh, you're back, yeah? Oh, okay. Yeah, so basically what I was saying is that do you think that there needed to be more tension, like a little scrap or something, to make this fight more appealing and people will buy it more?
No.
Nope. So basically you're saying that this fight is just people not buying this fight no matter what happens to the fight.
First of all, they've made it £20, Edge. Like, people in America will probably be like, that means nothing. ITV have been doing pay-per-views recently for £10 or £15. They've hiked it up to £20. Secondly, there is zero promotion for this fight.
Yeah.
There's been zero promotion. And third, the only people buying this are James Degale and Eubank Jr. fans.
Yeah.
Because, Edge, we're hardcore boxing fans. I'm going to ask you this question. Are you buying that fight?
Nope. I'm not buying it.
All right. How many pay-per-views do I buy? I always tell people when I buy a pay-per-view, I always buy them, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm not buying this.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Dillian White and Lucas Brown. Never mind the pay-per-view. I went to the damn fight. Yeah. And I'm not buying this on pay-per-view. Surely that sums it up. I bought Eubank Quinlan, and I'm not buying this.
I mean, really, we can't. Look, man. Look, you know what? You had me there. You had me there, and then you go and say you bought that, and you're not buying this. Come on.
The reason I bought it was because I still believed that Eubank could do something, but haven't seen him after the super middleweight tournament. Yeah. He's just not that good. I still believe that there was something there, and now I've seen everything he has. He's not going to get much better. He's too old. He's like 30. You can't teach him new things at 30, man. Like,
he's Chris Eubank Jr. or James Degale?
Chris Eubank Jr., right?
Oh, okay,
Never mind James Degale. Fuck James Degale. He's boring to watch as well. He's actually a boring fighter to watch. That's the truth. So what we have is an entertaining fighter who's terrible against a good fighter who's very boring.
Yeah, and also speaking about poor promotion, Yeah, so basically, Dwayne Buxton Blunts is saying, would need to kick off to boost sales. Yeah, I think they needs to kick off. I don't think they do because James Degale, he's not really someone into scraps. He's not gonna push anybody. He just talks and talks and talks, and his trash talking is terrible. His trash talking is not really good. Like when Chris Eubank was talking, I was like, I don't know what he was doing. What was that? I mean, if you're gonna do it the whole way. Don't go. What was that about? But anyways, do you know who the promoter is running PPC shows in the UK? It's called Poxton Sports. Poxon, Poxon Sports. That's who's promoting in the UK. And that dude who's in the middle, like doing the promotion stuff, he is like a budget Primark version of Eddie Hearn. You know, when you watch this, like if Eddie Hearn like is getting the hate that he's getting right now,
Edge.
What?
Someone said to me earlier he was a B-Tech Eddie Hearn, and I nearly died.
He is like exactly. He's like a budget knockoff. Yeah, it's not even a budget knockoff. It's a budget knockoff, but a poor budget knockoff version of Eddie Hearn. Yeah, if you hate Eddie Hearn, like the best thing to Eddie Hearn right now is him staying on TV. Because when you watch this press conference and watch that guy, you'll be thinking, you know what? Eddie Hearn ain't that bad. You know, he ain't that bad. You know, yeah, he puts on poor fights. Yeah, he makes us pay pay-per-views a lot. But you know what? It could be worse. We could have this guy on Sky right now promoting us on Sky Sports. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, look, he's a nice guy. He's very nice and polite and stuff, but he's just boring as hell. He's just like, he's not a good promoter. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can imagine him. He will sell sand. He couldn't sell like he could try and sell sand. He could even sell sand in the desert. I don't think he could sell anything really. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyways,
I mean, it'd be impossible to sell sand in the desert.
Yeah, I mean, but like
nobody's gonna buy sand off you in the desert. But like, I mean, he couldn't sell water in a desert.
Yeah, he couldn't sell water in the desert, man. Like I just don't know. Like, but anyways,
take one look at him and be like, nah, mate, that's probably your bath water. I'm out.
Yeah, like, you know, I just like, he doesn't convince me. I saw the first press conference. I thought it's the first time I saw him. Maybe he's shy. I don't know. It's the first time he's been in public before. I don't know. And then the second time I saw it, I was like, yep, this is it. This is the best we're gonna get. It's Gillette is the best we're gonna get. Simple as that. And then
Jesus, that pun was dead.
Yeah, you know, I know. Like I should get a sound box and have my own laughs and applause into that. But yeah. Anyways, I digress from all that. Let's talk about the boxing. So your prediction is the same as mine. Degale's going to beat Eubank, but you think it's going to be a tough, hard fight. And
I think it's going to be a tough, difficult fight. And after a few rounds, Eubank will start to figure him out because he always does. He always comes on strong in the later rounds, man.
Yo, Eubank will figure Degale out.
Yeah, I mean,
Eubank out.
Eubank will figure out Degale in the later rounds because he always does.
So you think? So what? So you think Degale's going to be? So you think Eubank's gonna win?
No, I think Degale's gonna win in a tight fight where Degale's gonna pick up the majority of the early and mid rounds, but Eubank will take some of the later rounds as the fight wears on, because Degale will fade and Eubank comes on strong because he has a lot of stamina, probably the highest level stamina at 168.
This is the thing, yeah, because I think that Degale will tire later on. But the question is, the reason why I think that Degale will win this and he'll win it good is because, number one, is more to do with Eubank's ring IQ. Eubank hasn't got a great ring IQ. Like,
he doesn't have a ring IQ.
He doesn't have a great ring IQ. And then when Degale's tired, he's gonna do a few tricks and things like that. That's gonna make him win those rounds, even though he's tired and not doing anything. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Eubank is not smart enough to see those little tricks coming to win those rounds. And that's the thing I have. And one thing that pisses me off about Eubank Jr., I'm gonna go on a little rant here, yeah, but I'm gonna do it because it really pisses me off. Like the way he goes and says, "Oh, I don't need a trainer. I don't need a coach. I'm just gonna work my way through and just fight." Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, Chris Eubank Senior. He should know better. You know, I used to like Chris Eubank Senior, but now he's just wound me up big time with his nonsense. Yeah. Oh, he doesn't need a coach. he just needs to work, and the coach is there just to watch him, and that's that. And the trainer, and did you hear the interview with the trainer? The trainer says, oh, the trainer went, yeah, his footwork is terrible. He's this. It's like, if I was the coach and I was like Chris Eubank Jr., I'm like, man, you need to do more than give me your house for me to fix you. You need to. I need to have a brain lobotomy. Like, start from a clean slate. You know that film where you switch the light and their brain is wiped. You need to completely wipe his brain and start him from scratch.
Edge, did you watch wrestling as a kid?
Yeah, I used to watch it. Yeah.
Right. This is what I'm just going to say to you, and you'll understand where I'm going. Chris Eubank Sr. is Ric Flair. He is the biggest heel. He is the ultimate heel, fam. He says everything purposely with the entire purpose of winding you up, pissing you off, annoying you, and being in your head. And it doesn't matter what he says, man. It's still 3 years. It's like, what, 2 years later, and people are still talking. 4 years later, and people are still talking about him saying, my son will be better than Floyd Mayweather. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the Warriors Code. Like, it's still going on. And, like, I still remember him saying, let's have some parliamentary decorum to Nigel Benn. That's over 20 years ago, man. He pissed Ben off good. Like, that man is designed to piss people off purely for the purpose of selling things. And when people are like, he needs to stop this and he needs to stop doing that, he literally made his son's career, because his son was never good enough to be where he's gotten to and gotten the money he's gotten. His dad sold him to the highest extent. And all I can say is, bravo, you sold so many fucking idiots down the river. You're as good as David Hay, mate. Probably better.
Yeah, do you know what? Oh, you're right. It's like Chris Eubank is like with Chris Eubank with his son. It's like that magic trick. It's like that great magic trick that you watch, and you're thinking the first time you see it is amazing. That's how do you do it? But then once you see that magic trick again, you know, like that trick wasn't as good as what you thought it was, and you're not gonna buy that shit again. So that's basically what it is. The Eubank trick was a great trick. He fooled us, and he's a great character. He's like, Eubank Senior is like a character. He's like a character in himself. You can do memes on this guy. He's a character.
You mean English?
Yeah, English. Like, he's a character.
You mean the gentleman? He's literally a character, man. This man's from Peckham. He's from Peckham. No way he talks like that. No fucking way.
To be fair, I have seen Chris Eubank. I've seen Chris Eubank a few times in Brighton, and like, this is how he is. Like, this is how he is, because like, I saw him I was with my ex at the time, and I was walking, and I went and I saw some dude talking to a little boy about life, and there was no crowd around or anything like that, and I heard him talk. I said, "Right, that sounds like Chris Eubank Senior." Do you know what I mean? So, but then I went and turned around and had a look. And I went a little bit closer. I was on the other side of the road. I saw him. And it was Chris Eubank Senior just standing there, just talking to this little boy about life. And I was like, dude, really? Like, and I said, this guy is serious. And I saw him again. And he was talking to another guy. And he just likes to talk and give knowledge to people. So I'm thinking, so what you see of Chris Eubank Senior, this is how he is. This is him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why are you talking to, like, he is like, what do you call it? What's he call those people that likes talking about him? Like, he likes hearing his own voice and talking about himself a lot. He's like one of those kinds of people, like.
A narcissist?
Like, yeah, he's like a narcissist. It's like that kind of person, like. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would
you he's a narcissist. That man loves himself.
That kid was probably.
Do you not remember Eddie Hearn ripping the piss out of him doing the impression? And he said, and when my son wins a title, it will not be him who has won the world title. It will be I. Like, that sums up what people think. He's got a very inflated opinion of himself. But at the end of the day, you said it's a bad magic trick. And when you see it once, then the second time, whatever, blah, 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 right?
Yeah, exactly. So like it's a very good look. It's a very good magic trick. The problem is like obviously.
No, let me finish. Let me finish. This
Okay,
very
okay,
good
sorry.
magic trick
Okay.
worked for his entire career. And this really bad magic trick came around the second time and promoted his son way past further than it should have. I don't call that a good magic trick that gets old. I call that a magic trick that will work time and time and time again because it pisses people off and they keep falling for it.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, he did it once with himself. No, the thing is, no, this is the thing. He did it once with himself. He won a world title, so obviously they were like, okay, fine, I'll buy what you're selling. But then the second time, it's like his son. So it's like, okay, fine. But then now his son is not doing as good as what you think. The question is, he's got 3 sons. I don't know how many sons he's got. I think he's got 3. If he goes and promotes his other son, I don't know, Seb Eubank or whatever his name is, and he says, this guy is the best fights in sight spread, do you think people will buy what he's selling or believe the hype like they did with Chris Eubank Jr.?
I don't think he would do that. I think he would promote him slightly differently because he never said he was the best or anything like that until he became the best. But he promoted himself differently. You see, I've seen him do different things in Eubank's career. The Floyd Mayweather thing, that was the start of it. But the whole trainer thing, sitting in the corner and then him standing over him and looking at his son, he knew that would get views. He knew people would look at that. Talking about the Warriors Code and the pen and the Hearns and the controversy and saying that fighters should be the one promoting and getting trying to get promoters out of boxing. All these standpoints were Chris Eubank fucking selling so hard and fucking brilliantly. If I was a boxer tomorrow and he was a genuine promoter, I'd sign him.
Speaking about let's look at that chat for one moment. He goes, yeah, A Boxing Blocks has got some points. It says, do you know the promoter who's he said that. He's a class guy. He's been doing shows for years. I've been to a few. He's done a few shows. You would have seen him as a ring announcer before. Damn, Richard Poxon was Damn. Is that his name? Or are you saying Damn? Is it Damn? Is it Dan or Damn? Richard Poxon is head of Hatton Promotions as well. Guy's got pedigree. Yeah, so I mean, look, don't get me wrong. He's probably well experienced in the promotional ranks, and he's done lots of shows and promotions. And that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about like as in, man, he has to sell, man. He has to sell. Like he has to sell this fight. He's not like Don King might be the worst promoter in the world. Yeah, worst promoter, but he can sell. He's like he can sell. Like he makes you. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that he needs to work on the selling part. This is James Degale versus Chris Eubank Jr. This is going to be the biggest fight. Watch this on ITV box. He needs to, but he's very like, I don't know. I don't know why he's there. I just don't know why he's there. He could just be in the background, just let them guys do it. But, and he goes, and also he says, one more point. He says, people still believe he's elite, even though he fails when he steps up. Jimmy Mack said it today. Yeah, look, I mean, he's this is the fight that's going to define Chris Eubank Jr. Do you think because people are saying this is the retirement fight, do you think, and Chris Eubank said today that this is going to be a make or break fight for him, do you think that this is a make or break fight for Chris Eubank Jr.? Hello? McGregor? Oh, he's probably doing something at the moment, but like, let me answer the question. Ask my own question. Do I think it's going to be a make or break fight for him? I think that like I said before, whoever loses this fight needs to retire. If James Degale loses to Chris Eubank Jr., he needs to retire. It's over. It's done. The Degale show is over. You had a great run, but it's time to go and do something else. TV, television, commentate, coach, whatever gardening. You can do some gardening, but whatever he needs to do is not to do nothing to do with getting into that ring again. If Chris Eubank loses, I want him gone. I don't want him to see on TV. I don't want him to see on any TV shows. I don't want him to see him in a boxing ring, in a chaining ring, in a gym. I don't want to see him at all. Take off your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter. Take off everything you need to do. I do not want to see you again. The hype train is over. The
What if
hype
he
is
fights at
done.
British level? What if he
Huh?
fights at British level?
I don't care. I just do not want to see this guy again. Next gen. Someone buy the rights to next gen and give it to somebody who is actually a next gen. Yeah, like that's it for Chris Eubank Jr. I'm sick and
Jesus,
tired of.
Edge.
No, I'm sick and tired of him saying I'm gonna go look. If he said I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. If he does the same performance that he does against George Groves, that's it. I'm not gonna invest my
Can I
time
just
and
ask
effort in
you a
this guy.
question?
Yeah.
Can I just ask you an honest question?
Go on.
If you had to pick between watching him at middleweight at British level fighting against a good British level prospect, yeah, or you had to see another Dave Allen fight on Matchroom, which would you pick? Even if he lost this fight, you'd rather see Eubank than that Allen, wouldn't you? Be honest.
I'd rather see Eubank rather than Dave Allen. You know what? I'd rather see Dave Allen because Dave Allen's a funny guy. He doesn't take himself too seriously. He knows that he's not the best heavyweight. He's not the best heavyweight in the world, and he will go in and he'll give entertainment through the pre-fight and the fight himself with some good level fighters. With Chris Eubank Jr., I just don't like how he pretends that he's good when he's not. Do you know?
Would you rather see Jason Wellborn and Tommy Langford on Sky than Chris Eubank?
Look, I'd rather see like the landlord and the ticket attendant fight than see Chris Eubank Jr. fight again. It's just I just don't like what I don't like is that okay, like he needs to have a little bit of heart and a little bit of desire, and I just don't like to see people that claim that they are next gen and perform so poorly, perform terribly at the high level. You know, it's if for example, you got Cheeseman versus Garcia. Like he was talking about fighting Jamie Munguia and fighting for world heavyweight championships. Like, well, no, sorry, not world heavyweight, but
super welterweight,
super welterweight championships. But like at least when he fought, he got outclassed, but he gave it a go. But Chris Eubank Jr., like he can see that the heart is not there. It's just not there. Like in the Rocky movie, if he was in a Rocky movie, it would last 10 minutes. You know, and it'll go to credits because he won't have the heart and desire to go any further. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, anyways, that's my round on Chris Eubank Jr. over. I think Degale's going to win. I think it's going to be 12 rounds of outclassing Eubank Jr. And if Chris Eubank Jr. wins, I apologize in advance. But I don't think I will apologize because I think Degale's
Can I ask you an honest question, Edge?
Yeah, go on.
With how Degale has looked and with the possibility of him being shot and with the amount of pressure Eubank can apply. Now, Degale has never been known for being brilliant on the back foot. The fighters that Eubank has lost to were brilliant back foot fighters, right?
Yeah.
If that is the case, do you think it is possible that Degale could get knocked out?
Degale can get knocked out for definite, but the girl could get knocked out because Degale's last few.
So what if he's schooling him 11 rounds, and then in the 12th round he gets knocked clean out? Will you want to see Eubank again then?
No, because like technically he's won, but really is.
But that would show the heart, wouldn't it? That would show the heart.
But Eubank ain't got no power at this weight. You're gonna get knocked out by a middleweight. You're getting, do you know what I mean? It's like that's even worse. Like if you got knocked out by George Groves,
I've seen him show power. I've seen him show enough power at super middleweight. I mean,
not to knock somebody out proper. Like okay, the super series.
He knocked out Avni Yildirim hardcore. He knocked him out hardcore.
Yeah, he knocked him out. But when we saw it, if you look at the fight. He was wild. He was wilder than wild. He was swinging. In a real life situation against a proper decent boxer like Degale, he's not gonna land with those kind of shots. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know.
Are you saying Avni Yildirim's not a decent fighter? I mean, he's fighting against Anthony Durrell on Sunday night for the World Championship, the WBC Super Middleweight World Championship.
Yeah, no, but there's loads of fighters who are not great fighters fighting for World Championships. But we're getting it all the time. Just look at Justacito Lopez. He's a decent fighter, but he's not like a world beater. Do you know what I mean? He fought for water against Furman. And look at Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner's a decent fighter. He's not world class, and he's fighting.
But look at the performance Josecito Lopez put up against Keith Thurman. He put up a world class performance.
World class? I don't know. If it was world class performance, he would have won, wouldn't he?
I mean, not necessarily, but he was fighting against a guy who a lot of people would consider to be one of, if not the best welterweight in the world.
So, to be honest with you, if you look at it like this, yeah, he was injured for 2 years, came back and won 11 out of 12 rounds, and the only round was the 7th round.
He did not win 11 out of 12 rounds.
Okay.
I watched your after fight, and you even said that was like 7-5, 8-4 at best.
No, I never said that. No,
you gave Thurman shit edge.
No. I said I'll give it 8-1. I'll give it 11-1. I'm pushing it 10-2. That's why I said pushing it 10-2 and that's me being generous. And
serious question for you.
Yeah.
Did Josecito Lopez or not do a lot better in that fight than you thought he would when you thought that Thurman would knock him out in 5 rounds?
I didn't think Thurman will knock him out. I think that Thurman was going to win, but not knock him out. But I think that
you picked Thurman by stoppage, though.
Later rounds, but not like. Just not. I didn't think it was going to blow him away because I didn't think it was going to blow him away. But look, Josecito Lopez performed better than what I thought it was going to do. So yes, he performed better than what I thought it was. But still, even then, you're fighting a Keith Thurman who did not perform to his high standards, and he still schooled him for at least 10 out of the 12 rounds. So in that aspect of it, yeah, Josecito Lopez. He's not a world beater, but yeah, is what I expected to happen, and it happened. So, but anyways, we're going back to the free firm. But the point I'm making is Chris Eubank Jr. If he wins, but it's not a great performance, then it's not going to make me want to see him because who is he going to fight? Look, the only way that Eubank can redeem himself is he beats James Degale, he beats him, and beats him very good, knockout, and looks very impressive. But then after that, he moves back down to middleweight. If he moves back down to middleweight and will keep the same trainer and keep the momentum, then maybe he has a chance of doing decent at the middleweight. But,
I would argue that the middleweight division is harder than the super middleweight division.
The super middleweight division is harder. No, sorry, the super middleweight division is easier than the middleweight. But the people that are good in the middleweight division is more tougher. Like, I can't see him beating a Callum Smith. I can't see him beating him. Do you know what I mean?
But could you see him beating an Anthony Durrell?
No.
I could see him beating, not Andre Durrell, Anthony Durrell.
Either one. I can't.
Andre Durrell's a lot better than Anthony Durrell. A lot better. Anthony Durrell's fighting Avni Yildirim, and he'll probably have a tough fight there. I could actually see Eubank beating him.
I can't see Eubank being either of them, to be honest with you. I just don't rate Eubank that highly in regards to his boxing IQ and his ability in the ring in there.
How would he do against Caleb Plant?
Caleb Plant, that'll be a decent fight. Caleb Plant. I think Caleb Plant will beat him. I just don't think.
Right now, how do you think he would do against the middleweight champion? So let's just go with Canelo. How would he do against Canelo?
Canelo will knock him out.
How would he do against Triple G?
What, in the middleweight?
Middleweight.
I think Triple G will beat. I think that'll be an interesting fight because Triple G is 37, and I think age would make a difference in that fight. So I think he has a good chance.
Yeah, but Triple G still gave Canelo 2 very tough fights even at this age.
Yeah, but let's look at it. He's like nearly a year older now, so age, father time, and he's been inactive. He's been going out having fun.
How would he do against Jamal Charlo?
Jamal Charlo, I think Jamal Charlo will beat him. I don't know if he'll knock him out, but I think he'll beat him.
How do you think he would do against Daniel Jacobs?
Daniel Jacobs will beat him as well. I think Daniel Jacobs will beat him. I think Jamal Charlo 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 will beat him. I think Jamal
right? How do you think he'd do against Boo Boo Andrade?
People Andrade will beat him.
Right? So you said that it would be a tough fight against Caleb Plant, and Zordo Ramirez he could probably be as well. And I said that Anthony Durrell he could probably be, and you said that you think Durrell would win, but once again it'd be a close fight. So if you really think about it, at super middleweight he has easier options. Truthfully, the only one you could name there was Callum Smith, who we both agree would fuck him up, right? But
But
at 160 the fights are a lot more interesting, except for Canelo.
yeah, but what I mean is, yes. Look, I'm not disagreeing with you. It'll be a lot easier to fight in that weight division than it would be going down because there's much more tougher fights out there. But I just think that I think he has a better chance because he's in his better weight division for him to be able to perform at his maximum. In the higher weight division, is not going to be able to perform at his maximum. So if you're not at your maximum fighting in a higher weight class against people that are not as good, it's going to be tougher. It's going to be tougher for him to achieve what he wants to achieve, and that's the problem. Where if he's at the lower weight class, if the other fighters have a bad day and they have a really bad day and they're not having, then he's got a chance because he's going to be in his peak condition to be able to capitalize on people's bad days. That's the reason why I'm saying that's the reason why I'm saying I prefer rather go for middleweight. Do you know what I mean? Rather than super middleweight. But like I say, look, it all comes down to this Saturday. It comes down to whether he can produce the goods and look impressive enough this Saturday for people to be invested in this guy. Because if he doesn't perform well, then ITV might as well drop him because there's no point. He's not gonna be able to go on pay-per-view again. People are not gonna be buying his pay-per-views. And that's the truth. You're not buying his pay-per-views now. And you bought what, Quinlan? But you're not buying this. So if you're not buying this, and this is a bigger fight, then imagine you not gonna buy no pay-per-views again if he doesn't perform well. And that's just
I mean, if he stops Degale,
yeah.
I probably will buy his next pay-per-view.
Yeah. I mean, if he performs well, then yes, he's back. But we have to wait and see on that one. We have to wait and see. But whatever happens, we're going to be talking about it, and on Monday's show, I'm going to be talking about it on Monday's show. So, anyways, you guys are watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching this channel for the first time. Hit the like button if you're liking this show. Where it's giving you all the boxing news that's been happening this week and giving us our opinions. Go on the social media, see if you can get all the latest news. Anyways, this is all we're going to talk about for today. It's going to be 12 o'clock, so I'm going to go and eat some food because I'm hungry. McGregor, is there anything you want to say before we go?
Now, guys, if you're watching currently and you haven't already, do subscribe. If you're watching archives, please do subscribe to Edge Now 50 TV. You'll get weekly opinions, topics, and updates on all forms of boxing. And this guy actually genuinely knows what he's talking about in the British division, even if he does seem like a dick.
Yeah, I do sound. Thanks for that. Yeah, I do.
I'm joking, Mike.
I know I'm pissed off, McGregor. I'm pissed off. I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm only joking. No, no. Look, man. Look, I'm a dick when I want to be. Certain fighters, it rubs me the wrong way, and you know me. If someone rubs me the wrong way, I'm gonna talk about it. So, but yeah, like this is McGregor's got his channel as well. He knows a lot about his boxing, so subscribe. If he's got, but it's changed now, isn't it? To about the history of boxing and stuff. So I'm sure
there will be some opinions and stuff as well. There'll be some of that, and there will be weekly hangouts starting soon. And there's going to be historical content over on Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News.
Yeah, exactly. So I was going to keep you updated on that as well. And thanks for everybody who's participated in the chat. Linda Morris, Hamed92, Romel Lewis, John Black, Johnny, we're going through there. Unrivaled, he's on there. So Lawrence Williams, thanks everybody in the chat for participating. AA Boxing and Blunts. And we'll be back on Monday. I might do a show on Sunday with Lawrence Williams and Unrivaled doing their debate. I'm looking forward to that. I'm so happy I don't have to pay for that on pay-per-view. It's going to be free. So it's going to be interesting. And anything else?
Hold on, that's going to be $1.99, by the way.
a dollar. Yeah, so he's charging $1.99. So remember that I get like 6% off the pay-per-view buys. But yeah, but if any news about those shows that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna post it on my social media so you can keep updated. But I'm gonna do a show on Monday with the review of the Degale and Eubank, and talking about more stuff on boxing on Monday. So anyways, thanks for everybody for watching, and anything else you want me to talk about, just let me know and I'm gonna talk about it.